Good morning and welcome to Universal Spiritualism. Sorry for those who are expecting Amanda. I'm not sure what's happened, whether I've messed up and not remembered that she couldn't do this morning or whatever. So, but you've got me instead, and I hope that's all right. I haven't really set up for mediumship, but if they come through, they come through. Other than that, I have my awakening cards. My awakening cards are similar to the tarot and oracle, but very much focused on your spiritual awakening and development. So each card will delve into the things around your awakening. So if you would like me to draw you an awakening card and give you a reading from that, just pop in the comments there and keep on commenting. I know some groups don't like you commenting through readings and stuff. I don't mind at all, because with Facebook metrics it means that we get more viewers, so keep commenting and it all helps and get the message out there. Okay, so Kim, you said that you would like a card, so let's draw you an awakening card for you. Okay, we've drawn the links for you. Okay, and links represents mystery, intuition, hidden knowledge, and symbolizes the power of observation and discernment. Okay, so what I'm getting with this for you is that you really need to start looking around you, really pull out those sort of subconscious messages that all around you every day, to be able to see what it is that you're needing for your own development. Okay, so what's the if you do journaling, what's a good way of helping your awakening and everything is doing journaling. So a journaling prompt would be around, what are the truths about yourself or others that you've intuitively recognized, that you're sort of recognizing in other people and in yourself a deep truth about yourself. Okay, and do you actually trust that inner wisdom as it's coming through? Because I've got a sense that you second guess yourself all the time, and it's about learning to trust yourself, your inner self, and your inner knowledge. Okay, so watch what others are doing and learn from them, but also learn from yourself. Okay, and when you're watching others, have a question, what is really happening for them at this point? Okay, what is really happening for this point? They may be coming over confident and in control and all the rest of it, but sometimes that can be a cover to insecurities and things like that. They might be coming over angry and upset at you, but actually, Susan, Soraya, if you're watching, you need to I'm doing it live. Okay. Start to dig deeper. Okay, dig deeper into what's actually happening for you. And an affirmation would be, what if I live in a quiet, peaceful, in quiet peace and observe life with wisdom? Okay. So have a think about that. What if I live in a quiet peace and observe life with wisdom? What would actually happen? So have a think about that, Kim, and hopefully that will help you on your spiritual journey. So who else we've got? Tahini, you were, I think, one of the first on. So let's draw you an awakening card to help you on your spiritual journey. Okay, let's have a look. And hi for those that are coming on. Hi Nessie, hi Christine, hi Susan, hi Kerry, hi Joe. Right, Tahini. Oh, we've got one that's determined to come out for you there. And oh, he's a toad. I actually love toads. because they are earth magicians. Okay. Well, it worked when I put it there before. Why is that suddenly not working? Okay, there he is. He's an earth magician. He grounds, he blends groundedness with transformation. Okay, because toads are one of these transformational creatures. It shows how real change begins deep within, and the soil for that growth is the soul. Okay, so he's lovely, absolutely lovely. Toad carries ancient wisdom, grounded in magic and transformation. Okay, reminds you that change begins from the ground up. So it's not change from up here, sort of in the ether. It's change from within you, from your human elements, from the ground. Okay, you're in a human journey. Your spirit is in a human journey. Okay, and I feel you very, very much aware of that. But because it's a human journey, you need to get as much as you can from the human side of the journey. Yeah. So to do that, really ground in yourself. Okay. So I feel drawn to read out the shadow work feed focus for you, which is embracing inner wisdom and transforming fears into strengths. So I recognize from that there's times that you can get quite fearful. Now, this is about transforming those fears, looking fear in the face, okay, and to transform that into a strength for you, because there is nothing to fear about fear itself, okay, and the fears that we have on the earthly world are just of the earth, so you can use those to develop, use those to evolve. Okay, and an affirmation for you, linked to the toad: what if I'm rooted, wise and transforming from the inside out? Okay, I'll repeat that again. What if I'm rooted, wise and transforming from the inside out? Okay, I'll leave that with you. For everybody watching and those new coming on, hi Mel, hi Amanda, hi Joe, hi Trish. These are my awakening cards. They're not tarot cards. They are very much focused on helping people evolve in their awakening. They're from my book, my totem animal book. So they're all totem animals. And my book is 129, and I did get them all printed out, but there's too many to hold. And actually, when people were sort of wanting cards, want to be able to hold them for a start, but also it's very much focused on the spiritual and awakening through the mystic, because that's what people are interested in on here. So I've whittled it down to 44 cards, these cards, that are very much the mythological and the mystical cards that will help you with your spiritual journey the most. You can either get them straight from me, message me, and I can pop some in the post for you. It's £22 plus postage and packaging. And if you're not UK, then you can get them on my Make Me a Card. It's where I produce them. It's like an Amazon, but for cards. Just message me for the link for that if you're non-UK, and you can buy them from there. They're a bit more expensive, and postage and packaging is more expensive from there. But okay, let's see who I'm drawn to. Linda, I'll pull you a card, okay? Because I know, obviously, I do a lot of the admin for the lives that are on here. And Linda, I know that you've been through a bereavement, and I've actually given you a reading as well, mediumship reading. But I will give you a card reading today. Okay, so let me draw a card for you. Okay, you've got the bat. Bat. Oh, is he going to come into focus? There we are. but I'll hold him in front of my face and you can see him better. And it's an initiate. So the process that you're going through, that grief, that overwhelming feelings that you're having at the moment, is an initiation for you into the world of spirit. All right, not that you're transforming into spirit, but you are recognizing that you have a spirit, that you have a soul, that your mom who's passed is alive, her consciousness, her essence is alive and well, and still part of the very fabric of the universe. Okay, and this whole process is part of your awakening, but it's also why you are struggling so much with the passing of your mom, because the passing of your mom is created this whole awakening process within you, and the process of awakening is difficult. It's calling into question every thought, every way that you thought the world was, and that's difficult. You know, the carpet's been pulled underneath your feet, so the bat is absolutely recognizing the situation you're in, because it symbolizes, the bat symbolizes rebirth, it symbolizes the darkness that you feel that you're in, but it also symbolizes the new vision. It guides you through your endings and the unseen new beginnings that you're having. Okay, so the way to help yourself through this process, which is difficult, I always akin awakening to that process that happens between a caterpillar and a butterfly, where they go into the chrysalis, and in that chrysalis you actually dissolve who you are. You know, the chrysalis is no more. It sort of dissolves into itself, doesn't it? And that is an immensely difficult thing to do. Every part of you is being called into question. Every part of you is being torn apart to be rebuilt. It's not that you will break. It's not that you will fall apart and never be again. What it is that you are becoming that butterfly through this process. Okay, so the journal prompt that goes with this bat is, what part of my life is undergoing a sacred death or rebirth? Well, for you at this point, I would say pretty much most of your part of life, because your grief is affecting every single part of who you are and your life. Okay, but the way through it is trust your inner wisdom. Trust the guidance that you're being given by the different mediums that are giving you readings on this site and the other sites that you go on, and that's fine. You just keep asking for support and help as long as you need it. And the affirmation is, what if I surrender to the dark? It's an interesting concept, that, isn't it? What if you actually surrender to the grief and awaken with new sight? Because surrendering to that grief, in terms of allowing the pain, the tears, the anger, all of those emotions to flow, that will allow you to awaken with a new sight. I know it's painful. It's an awful experience to go through, and it happens to us in many, many different ways. But trust it's part of what it's meant to be. And in a bizarre way, it's a gift, because you found a new community, you found a new you, and the world will become your oyster when you've got your wings. And I know it's hard while you're going through that. And just keep reaching out. Okay, waiting for counselling always helps. always helps. I've had a lot of counselling myself over the years that I needed it, and it really does help. And sometimes you need to go back to it as well. I've had to go back to my counselling and different things at different times. It's good. It helps. Okay. Right. Who else have we got on here? Hi, Nessie. Keep, as I say, everybody, just keep commenting, because I don't scroll up and down. I will just go to who I'm drawn to in the names that I can see. So, hi Nessie, let's give you a reading. Hi Andrea, I can see you as well. Thank you, Nessie. Right. Oh, the Tanuki. Sorry, I always pronounce that wrong. Tanuki. Right. Mind, I'm sure it's probably not even pronounced that way, but there we are. Right. He's a shapeshifter. I don't know why he's going again. Shapeshifter. All right. He's a bit of a joker, and he changes shape with light and laughter. And he reminds us not to take yourself too seriously, all right, and to evolve with light and laughter. Okay, so rather than being very stoic in your development, find the laughter, find the joy, find the fun in it. Okay, where could you find more playfulness and spontaneity to help in energy shifts and things like this? Because remember, the work that we do is always energy based, and part of that energy has got to be joy, hasn't it? Because we need to raise our energy levels at times, and to raise them, what better way than to laugh and to find joy in life, to be able to smile at the simple things in life and bring that energy into us. Okay. And the affirmation that goes with this is exactly that. What if I delight in the dance of life and welcome unexpected joy? So, Nessie, please find the joy in life. Go out and look for it, and really absorb that energy that comes in with that laughter. Watch something funny on TV, just find joy and recognize those energy levels as they change with that joy coming into you. Okay. Before I was putting that back in the pack, Nessie, there's tricks to energy with the Tanuki as well. So make sure that you're not being tricked in a situation, or you're not tricking somebody else. Be straightforward and make sure people are being straightforward with you, because there is a bit of a trickster energy around this as well. Sometimes when it's done in fun and just playfulness, that's great. But if somebody's like scamming, on the edge of scamming, start to recognize that energy when it's coming in as well. Okay, and I'll leave that with you. I need to put with that, don't over worry that. Okay, you're sensible enough to spot the scammers, but when you do, just spot what energy is coming in with that, because I feel your work at the moment is around recognizing energy. Okay. Right, who else would like a card? Mel. Hi, Mel. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Joe. Oh, we've got two Joes, Joe Gardner and Joe Megan. Hello. Hi, Riley. I'm doing awakening cards today, which are very, very much focused on what you need at this current time to help your awakening journey. Okay, so Mel, you would like a card. The turtle. Well, actually, this is the mock turtle. All right. So he's a fictional character, but I've included the mythological and fictional characters within this group because they are archetypal in their own ways. Okay, so the mock turtle is a archetype of sad joy. It's the bittersweet moments and the sacredness of those bittersweet moments. It shows that sorrow can coexist with humor and light. Okay, there's an absolute element of nostalgia there. So I know you can be very, very nostalgic at times about the past. And this is finding beauty within that and beauty within the sorrow that's in the past, because of the joy those times gave you, and the blessings, I want to say as well, in your life that have come from times that are sorrow but also of joy. And I know that sounds totally contradictory, but you know what I mean by that. And being sad at times is okay for a while. Okay, it's a reflection of the depth of feeling that we've had over a situation. And as we have endings coming into our lives, it is natural to feel sad about the loss of that period of our lives. Totally natural and totally right that we should feel that sadness and loss. It doesn't mean it's wrong to lose them. It's just recognition of the powerfulness and the depth of the journey that we've had at that point. Okay, and the affirmation that links with that is, what if I honor my sadness with a gentle smile and an open heart? Okay, isn't that wonderful? What if I honor my sadness with a gentle smile and open heart? So that's your affirmation card for today. Okay, maybe I should do affirmation cards every morning for people. Okay, Deanna, let's give you a card. Where have you gone? I've lost you, Deanna, but I saw that you were on there just before Mel's comment. So I'll call you, draw you a card, Deanna. Okay. Deanna. Oh, the narwhal. Okay. He's a mystic, the narwhal. Okay. Represents uniqueness, mystery, and spiritual connection. Okay, often associated with the wonders of the unknown. So I know at the moment, Deanna, you are very much exploring and have that excited feeling about finding out about the unknown and the mysteries of the world and the mysteries of self, and exploring that spiritual connection that you've got as well. And it's about embracing all of that in every form that it comes in. And the prompt for you is, what unique or mysterious qualities set you apart? So it's very much going into yourself and learning through understanding self at this point for you, because you can listen to other people and other people's teachings, but actually the deepest understanding comes when we connect with our own spiritual self and begin to understand what our journey is and what we are spiritually here for in this human journey. Okay, and I need to say, embrace the unknown, and you are special. Okay, this really resonates, that you are special within yourself, because I know at times you don't feel special at all, but you are. You're incredible. You're you, and that is just, every single human spirit, soul, essence is unique in this human form, and at that point you are so special. So take care of that specialness, And the affirmation with this, Deanna, is what if I celebrate my uniqueness and connect deeply with the mysteries of life? I'll read that again. What if I celebrate my uniqueness and connect deeply with the mysteries of life? Okay. So I hope you understood that, Deanna. I did go ahead with the reading, even though you didn't respond, because you were literally just above Mel. So I did see your name that you were still on. So hi, Mona Ellie. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Eva. Hi, Karen. Hi, Joe. Joe again. Star blessings. We're doing awakening cards this morning. Okay, they're from my totem animal books, and they're very much focused on helping you on your spiritual journey at this point. Okay, if you'd like to find out more about totem animals and the awakening process, well, I've got a book on awakening called Awakening, believe it or not, and that's on Amazon. Okay, and the Totem Animals book is on Amazon too. Okay, and you can buy these cards if you're in the UK direct from me, or I can send you the link if you're not in UK. So just message me on Facebook, okay, or contact me if you're on YouTube and not into Facebook. Go onto my website, find me a medium, and you can contact me through there. Okay. Right, who am I doing? Hey, Wendy Harrison. I'm presuming you want a card. Can I just double check? Oh, one's just jumped out for you anyway. Phoenix. Okay, the Phoenix is the mystery holder. Okay, what is that? It's a paradox. That's what it is. It reminds you that some truths must be lived before they are understood. Okay, so I would say at this point, oh, I can see a rainbow out of my window. Isn't that wonderful? It's really, really big rainbow. Right, sorry. It reminds you that some truths must be lived before they are understood. So you are at a point in your journey where you are questioning things, and you feel as though you're not getting the answers, that you've come to a kind of block. Well, it's this needing to live it and to understand it from your living it. Okay, that it's not a thinking thing, it's a living it thing, and understanding it because of the living it giving you the emotions, triggering thoughts, ideas that come from a living, okay, a living it kind of thing. Okay, the Sphinx embodies riddles, wisdom, and spiritual paradox. It challenges you to find truth beyond logic. So again, it's not something that you find by thinking through it. Okay, again, I can just keep, you've got to live it. So your journal prompt is, what mystery am I learning to live instead of solve? Okay, so what learning point are you looking at the moment? What is it? Now, to help you find that, what I've got is a shadow work focus, confronting fear of being misunderstood and learning to share one's mysteries. So for you at this moment, confronting fears of being misunderstood, doesn't matter whether people don't understand you or not. That's their problem, not yours. Be strong in yourself and learning to share one's mysteries. So being able to share the mystery of who you are and being able to share you. So the affirmation for you, what if I honor the unknown as it's part of my sacred journey? What if I actually honor the unknown as it's part of my sacred journey? All right, so that's for you, Wendy. Okay, so thank you. Who else have we got here? Joe Gardner. Let's pull a card for you, Joe. Actually, as I was shuffling them, I just spotted I needed to do that one for you. Moby Dick. Okay. Now, I don't know whether you've read about Moby Dick or not, but he's a fictional character. But actually, he's such a strong archetype in that he's an obsession, a soul obsession. The Moby Dick warns us about chasing something without surrender. It reminds you that your path is about presence, not conquest. In the story of Moby Dick, there's a sailor that spends his life chasing this great whale, Moby Dick, and he loses everything because he's just so obsessed with getting this one whale. Okay, and he forgets to live because there's an obsession with this one thing. Okay, what he symbolizes is that its vast elusive nature of soul purpose and the dangers of chasing it without surrender calls for balance between going after your soul's purpose but actually living it. Because your soul's purpose in being in an incarnate body is to experience. There's no point in having this human experience if you spend your life in spirit. Yeah, why incarnate? So it's about finding that balance between living your everyday life that gives you the experiences that your soul has decided that they needs to learn or wants to experience, say, on this earth plane. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. Really surrender to being human at times and all the complexity and all the pain, I want to say, that is embedded within that, because sometimes we can escape into the world of spirit to avoid the pain of life. Yeah, where actually if we can surrender to that pain of life at times and experience it and go through it, that is actually more of what our purpose in having a human experience is. Okay, so see those human experiences as sacred as the spiritual ones, because they are. This whole experience of the human journey is a sacred path, and each and every obstacle and experience that's put in your path is something to learn from, something to develop from, and certainly your soul to expand and experience through. Okay. Questions. You're fighting the wrong battles. Okay. Yes, you've had an awful lot of lessons, and it's time to reflect on those and absorb them. Okay. So the affirmation for you is, what if I release obsession and return to soulful presence? So recognizing your spiritual essence in the middle of this human journey. So those really painful lessons is recognizing they are just part of the human journey as well, and that your spirit is not damaged by those but enhanced by those. Okay, and the hurt is on a human level, it's not on a spiritual level at all. Okay, so I hope that helps, Joe. And Holly, yes, an interesting day. When I was writing my awakening book, to sort of help people understand the process of awakening and the purpose of it, etc. I was guided that people needed something more that you can get your hands on, and very specific framework to work to. So the book has exercises in it that people can follow and do. Okay, and I do have an awakening session through my schoolroom and Zoom on a Thursday morning at 10:30 UK time. That's a reasonable time for Australia, I think, because it's evening, but I know it's bedtime in America, unless you like early mornings. Okay, but these were specifically designed to help with that process. Pen turner. Right, let's do you a card. Sorry, I just busy nutter while in between. Cheshire Cat. There's a lot of the mythological cards going out this morning. Now, Cheshire Cat, again, is a typical archetype. We have a knowledge of Alice in Wonderland, don't we? And the book Alice in Wonderland, and the Cheshire Cat is taken from that. I could take it because it's out of copyright now. I did want to do some things like the Balrog and things like that, but Lord of the Rings is still in copyright. As is Fawkes with Harry Potter, so I can't use those, but I could use the Cheshire Cat because it's out of copyright. So the Cheshire Cat archetype is the illusionist. Reveals that truth can hide in a paradox, that you can asks you the question, it asks you to question appearances and trust what cannot be seen. Okay. Cheshire Cat teaches you to smile in uncertainty and embrace paradox. It reminds you that not everything is what it seems. All right. You're a crazy cat lady. You've got 4 cats. Wonderful. Wonderful. I love cats too. And so does my dog Buzz, unfortunately. He just loves to chase after them. Your journal prompt. So when you're writing journal to reflect on what's happening around you, can you smile into the mystery and trust the path? So your message at the moment is just trusting, even though you can't see it at times and there's not a physical level of evidence for you. Once you start trusting, the evidence starts appearing. Things are not what they always seem, okay? So whatever concepts you have in your mind about a certain thing, whether that's spiritualism or spirit, this card's saying you it's not what you think it is, okay? Explore more. And the shadow work is around looking into the areas of your subconscious that drive decisions that you're making and the fears that you have. So the shadow work with this cat is because the Cheshire Cat has a tendency to disappear or offer cryptic answers. It might be that you're struggling with accountability or direct confrontation. Okay, so you could explore developing clarity and transparency in communication and finding stability and a stronger sense of presence of who you are. Okay. Brilliant. So you've already got familiar with journal work and crystals. They're wonderful. What I'm being drawn to say about the crystals is pick and choose, though. And there's energy work with each crystal, and I'm being shown sort of making sure that the energy is clear and cleaned for your crystals as well. And when you're working with them, that you're pulling through that incredible pure energy of spirit with that, rather than redirecting human energy, because human energy can often be dark energy, low energy, and that can be quite focused and muddled in crystals, whereas if you can pull in just pure spirit energy through your crystals, they become incredibly powerful. So affirmation for you: what if I find delight in the unknown and accept I am exactly where I need to be? Exactly where you need to be. Okay, leave that with you, Pen. Thank you. Okay, Glenda. Hi, Glenda. Nice to see you. Hi, Raylene. Hi, Holly. We are doing awakening cards this morning. So let's see what I've got for you. Oh, Elephant, Wisdom Keeper. This archetype holds ancient memory, calm knowing, and grounded strength. The Wisdom Keeper connects you to ancestral roots and quiet, enduring truth. Oh, thanks for that, Pen. Okay. So with this, oh, I've lost, clicking on that, I've lost Glenda. That's who I was. Glenda. Okay. Right. So Glenda, with this journal prompt, what ancient wisdom is guiding me forward now? Okay. And the shadow work for yourself, I feel I need to be drawn to talking about that you've got challenges that is tied to grief and forgiveness. So I feel that there's been an immense amount of grief that hasn't been fully resolved yet. And I know people can grieve for many years over a wide different things. It's not always just a passing, but it's a loss. Okay. And with grief, part of that grief is anger. It always is. Okay. And with anger, there's forgiveness. But sometimes when we can't find the space to forgive, that anger remains and keeps on going. So it's like that the elephant part of you isn't releasing and isn't forgetting the things that are tying you to this grief. Okay. So what can help with that is exploring those unresolved emotions and practicing forgiveness within that, both for yourself and for others. Okay. And often forgiving yourself can be more difficult than forgiving others. And sharing burdens around that and talking to people about how you feel with this, and recognizing that you've got your own needs within this as well. Okay. Hope this is making sense for you, Glenda. Remember your roots, where you're coming from. And the affirmation for you, Glenda, is: what if I move steadily with the strength of those who have walked before me? And I feel very much your mum's energy with that. That your mum was very, on this earth plane, was a very strong character. In terms of, she knew who she was and had very clear views on things, and she's wanting you to feel the same. And I'm recognizing, as I'm saying that, there's also she's saying it's okay to say weakness, a weakness there as well that is perceived by others as a weakness, that she didn't perhaps always stand up for people in the way they perhaps needed her to. But she recognised that, but didn't know how to change. That was her experience of life, and didn't know how to change that. But she's saying that you can stand up for yourself and the others around you that need you to. Okay, so I will leave that with you, Glenda, and I want to say a lot of love from Mom. I hadn't really intended to link in with Spirit this morning, but sometimes they just jump in when I'm doing the readings. Okay, they're not allowed to jump in the middle of the supermarket, but they are allowed to jump in the middle of readings. It's their time as well. Okay, right, Davy Jones. Hi, Davy. Haven't seen you for a while on here. So let's give you a reading, Davy. Okay. Oh, the Jabberwock. How's that for you? The Jabberwock. Okay. Again, a mythical character from stories, isn't it? And the Jabberwock beast. I'm trying to remember who wrote it in the first place, but again, it's out of copyright, so I could use them. Jabberwock's a chaos creature, brings nonsense and confusion to challenge fixed thinking. So I know at times, Davy, you can have quite fixed thoughts of the way that the world is and the world should be. Okay. And the Jabberwock is coming in trying to upset all of that for you. It represents nonsensical fears and inner confusion as well. So I know that at times that inside you can feel all sorts of conflicting thoughts, ideas, what is happening, or, you know, not being able to get things totally straight in your mind. Journal prompt, okay, is what irrational fear is ready to be disarmed. So there must be some irrational fears within there, whether that's to do with spirit, whether that's to do with just everyday living for you, and it needs to be deconstructed. Needs to be deconstructed, because if it's spiritual fears, then there is nothing to fear. There is absolutely nothing to fear. And I spend a lot of my readings and stuff and my time with chats saying that actually all the negativity within spirit that people see within spirit are not in spirit. It's about humans, human energy coming in. Spirit is light. Spirit is love. I don't believe in evil spirits or anything like that. What I believe is that humans have an incredible amount of energy that other people can pick up as though it was spiritual energy, and it's not. It's human energy, and it's negative and it's low energy and it pulls you down. There's nothing in this world or spirit world to fear other than other people. And you know, once we get over that and through that, then those irrational fears can disappear. Affirmation: what if I make confusion with courage and transform fear into power? Okay, what if I make confusion with courage and transform fear into power? So I'll leave that with you, Davy, to have a think about, to help you on your journey at this current time, because that's what these readings are for this morning. Okay, who else have we got? Sylvie. Hi, Sylvie Burnett. Just keep commenting, folks, because I will just take from the last ones that I can see, because I'm doing my own admin, so I don't sort of scroll up and down. So Sylvie, let's draw you a card. Which one? Yeah, I feel more that one for you. Okay, what we've got is Pegasus, an ancient Greek horse. He's the soul liberator. The soul liberator frees you from limitation and lifts you to inspired vision. It invites transcendence, creativity, and flight. Divine inspiration lifts you into the realms of imagination and transcendence. Sylvie, are you thinking of exploring trance by any chance? Because this is kind of the vibe that I'm getting with this card for you. It's about confronting fears of limitation, which again ties into trance, that you need to release any fears that you're limited, and grounding lofty dreams into achievable goals. So there's trance within this card for you. And the affirmation is, what if my soul soars beyond limitation, lifted by divine light? Again, I'm very much seeing trance within that. Okay, so if you've been wanting to work with trance, this is very much a direction that you could take, but to do this, it is releasing you to it. Okay, releasing your mind. Your mind's got no place within trance, and having just this profound trust in spirit. So where is your spirit longing to take flight? And again, just releasing yourself into that trance state is like allowing your spirit to take flight while your spirit guides work through your physical body. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you. If you've been thinking about it, then obviously this is an affirmation that's your path to explore at this current time. Okay, I'll leave that with you, Sylvie, and thank you for allowing me to work with you. Raylene, let's go to you next. Oh, the puka. As I was shuffling, I saw that puka for you, Raylene. Okay, he's the trickster guide. Okay, uses humor and disruption to shift you, a bit like the tanuki that we had earlier. Teaches that surprise and unpredictability can be sacred openings. Okay, he's from Celtic law, this little man, and he teaches you to dance with the unexpected. So, journal prompt for you, Raylene, is: how can I learn from what seems chaotic or unpredictable in your life? All right, so look at what is being unpredictable and chaotic at the moment, and what can you actually learn from it? Because I feel there's a bit of surprise in the middle there, because the affirmation that goes with it as well is, what if I welcome the sacred trickster as a teacher in disguise? So very much there's some learning to happen through mischief, playful chaos that's within the tricks, within the puka. Okay, so look out for those opportunities there. All right, everybody, it is just a few minutes before 11. Thank you so much for joining me. As I say, if you're interested in having a pack of these yourself, they're £22. Just contact me with postage and packaging on top of that. If you're non-UK, then I can send you the link of where to buy them from. Okay, and you can get my awakening book that can help you on your awakening journey from Amazon for £9.99, and the Totem Animal book is $14.99, just because it's all full colour and it's very expensive in Amazon to print full colour. Okay. Hope you've enjoyed this morning. Sorry you ended up with me instead of Amanda. But there we are. We've got a full day for you in that we've got 3:30. These are UK times. 3:30 we have Sheila Dougal. 5 o'clock we've got Lainey Bain. 6 o'clock we've got healing. 7 o'clock we've got readings with Helen Louise Ayres. If you are a professional medium yourself and want to join a professional medium circle, I'm running one of those at both 7:30 and 8:30 tonight, but that's through my schoolroom, and school is spelled SKOOL. Okay, anybody can join that. There's a load of free stuff on there. If you want the link for that, just go onto Facebook on my profile, and the link is on there. And I think I've already put that on YouTube as well with the Find Me a Medium on there. There's a link to the school group there. If not, I'll go on and check that it's on there for you. Okay. Have a great rest of the day, and thank you so much for joining me. Night. Good morning, everybody. Bye.